Hey, my name's Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Today, got a showdown of something I've been wanting to do for a little bit. Over here on my left, this is a George T. Stagg 2019. This one's coming in at 116.9 proof. This is the bottle that I've given a few samples out of. Some of them were for the Memorial Day pour. Definitely like this bottle, but I think I may have a contender here. So, if those who know who've watched the channel before, there's a gentleman that's a subscriber. His name's Terrence. He has an incredible bar. I'm sure him and Dave probably go neck and neck for some of the incredible pours that they have. But you know, we have a way to mule things back and forth, and he gets some incredible bottles. And this was a sample that I was able to get from him. It's the Lucky 7 Proprietor 14 year. This is coming in at 128 proof. And he said, hey, would you compare it versus the George T. Stagg and let me know your thoughts? You know, Terrence also has a sample of this George T. Stagg as well, so I'm sure he can compare anytime he wants, but I'm going to give my comparison. You know, have you ever had that person that, you know, they always have such incredible stuff, but are always so generous? That's Terrence. I absolutely appreciate that about him. You know, sometimes he'll send me pictures of something. We'll talk about building another sample pack for each other. And I just feel like a little orphan kid, be like, yes, sir, please. May I have another? And I mean, he's always very generous, and he just sends out some of the most amazing stuff. So you know, it's, to me, it's awesome when he says, would you compare the two? Absolutely. So I'm going to pour this George T. Stagg and let it set for a second. You know, as you're watching this video, I'm currently in Italy. You'll be seeing this Saturday. And by about that time, I may or may not be asleep, but I'm going to spend a full day in Rome, running, doing as much as I can. Hopefully getting some cool videos that you guys might like, but definitely looking forward to that. So hopefully I'll get some good video out of that. Just looking at this Proprietor 14, they both got a nice, very nice, I mean, deep amber color. Both of them look about the similar in color. Proprietor, it's very viscous, very oily. You can see the nice streams of oil coming down on this. George T. Stagg, it's got some good viscosity as well. Both of these are nice and oily, so I like that right off the bat. Man, this nose just hits you right off the bat. You get a creme brulee, you know, you get some like burnt sugars in there. You get some vanilla in there, getting some oak in there. There's some fruitiness in there. The nose is just fantastic. I can just smell on that all day long. That has just got an outstanding nose. And I don't know if you can camera can catch it, but man, just looking at the drops coming down on that thing, that's nice and viscous. George T. Stagg. Man, that's no slouch on the nose either. I'm pulling a little more chocolate out of this one. I did get some chocolate in the Proprietor 14, but I'm pulling more chocolate out of this. Some deeper coffee notes maybe in this. Nice oak, some tobacco in there. Man, I could probably just sit here and smell these all day, and you guys would think, what an awesome video. But these are both phenomenal noses on these. Tomorrow's video shouldn't be a slouch either. It's not going to be this grand, but I'm looking at doing a comparison of 4 different Jack Daniels, which ought to be real cool because drinking 426 plus proof bourbons and having your wife drop you off at the airport for an international flight could be interesting, but it should be fun. Let's go ahead and give this Proprietor 14 a taste. Man, I get some different fruitiness on this. I don't know if I'm getting a little bit of pear on there. I'm getting some chocolate in there. I'm definitely getting some light oak on the back. Getting a little bit of cherry in there. So this got a lot of fruitiness to it. This is awesome. It's got different fruits. Getting a little bit of spice on the tongue now. I'd say maybe like a white pepper on the tongue. And it is very nice on the mouth. It's got a great mouthfeel. It doesn't burn you up for 128 proof. It feels good on the mouth. It's just nice and coating and very, very, very nice on the mouth. Let's give this George T. Stagg a little taste, see what we got here. And I was fortunate enough to get a second bottle of this George T. Stagg 2019 through a trade. So I opened it up and decided, let's have some fun and share some of this. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving the opportunity that I can give to some other people too. This has more of a buttery quality to it, like a buttered caramel in there for me. Very nice mouthfeel. I mean, it's drinking way under 119 for me, but I drink a lot of high proof, so things tend to drink. If they're drinking under, this is like drinking like an 80 or 90 proof for me. It may drink a little hotter for other people, but for me, this is just fantastic. I'm getting some tobacco, I'm getting the good oaks on this. Just a light caramel, some butteriness to this. Let's go back to that Proprietor and see what we got. Man, I would say the Proprietor is a little bit sweeter, and as you know, I like a sweeter profile type of a bourbon. Getting some more of the fruits on there. So I'm getting some of a cherry, maybe a little bit of a pear through there. The spice is nice on the tongue, so you get a bit more spice on the Proprietor 14 than you do on the George T. Stagg, which adds to a different level of complexity. As good a mouthfeel as this has, I think this has a better mouthfeel to it. That it doesn't have the maybe the complexity of the Proprietor. Just gonna let this sit for a minute, kind of enjoy that finish a little bit. So heading to Italy, gonna be in Rome. Probably looking at the Colosseum. Would love to get to the Vatican. Any thoughts for anybody that's been to Rome on some things that I should be doing? Um, Looking forward to it. Like I said, this will be coming out Saturday. I'll probably be still up running the streets of Rome Saturday night when this is coming out because we only have a limited amount of time there, but looking forward to that. I'm still getting a nice finish on this. It's very subtle on the mouth. Kind of reminds me of almost like a little bit of a buttered caramel corn a little bit. You get some of the corn, you get some of the butter, Getting some of the caramel in it, getting the oak on the back along with some tobacco on the back. It's been a tough one so far. Usually you drink something and right away you kind of know which way you're leaning, but these both have heavy fists and they're hitting you in different areas, which is what I like about both of these. You kind of got the creme brulee up front, and you kind of get a deeper, darker sugar on the back, like a deep, dark brown sugar on the back of this too, which is really kind of hitting my flavor profiles on the things that I like. Plus, you get that spice on the back of the tongue, and you're getting some of the fruitiness. Man, you're just getting big droplets going down this glass with how oily this is. Both of these are just outstanding. So, anybody else? Have you done a comparison like this, and what were your thoughts? If you've had something two heavy hitters to think, I'm going to compare these, and what do I get out of them? I think this is going to be kind of a split decision on this. I just think for the mouthfeel and how easily it goes down, I think George T. Stagg is outstanding. I think that that's going to be the winner of your mouthfeel. I think for nose, I believe that I'm going to go with the Proprietor 14-year. The nose just offers so many different things. You just get this like huge bouquet of wow right off the bat. And there's so many different things as I go back to nose it. I'm getting some of the different fruits. I'm getting kind of the creme brulee. I'm kind of getting some of the brown sugar on the back. You get some of the light oak in there. I think I got some pear and I got some cherry. So I got some all different kinds of flavors going on. Try to get a good finish on this to see where it compares to the Stagg as far as the finish. Man, just the viscosity on this thing as it runs down is just incredible. I would say Stagg. Well, I don't know. This is still finishing pretty nice now. I was going to say Stagg probably had the better finish. I would say they're about a draw and a finish. I'd say about a medium long finish, leaning more towards the long on the finish. But for me, I would think with the different complexity and flavor profiles that I like, I would take the Proprietor 14-year. This is not by any way slamming George T. Stagg. This is a phenomenal pour. Absolutely great pour. And I would not kick it out of my glass any day. If I had an opportunity to buy a bottle again, I would get another bottle. But this has intrigued me. I definitely like this. It's a little bit higher proof. I get a little bit more of that proof as I'm feeling it still finishing through here. It's got some different complexities that I like, and it's a little bit sweeter, which I like. Doesn't mean that somebody else wouldn't like this better. For me, I actually like the Proprietor, the 14-year from Lucky 7. So outstanding pours. Terrence, thank you very much for that pour and that opportunity. I'd like to know what your thoughts are. You've got some of this George T. Stagg. Which one of these do you prefer? And what other different notes did you maybe get? I really kind of like the light, buttery corn and caramel that came with this. But I really enjoyed the different types of sugars. On the nose, you get like a lighter, like a burnt sugar creme brulee. On the palate, you get a dark brown sugar on this. I think it was outstanding. But you all have an amazing day. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate all the comments, the feedback, and the subscribers. You guys make this all worthwhile, and I truly appreciate you. Can't wait to see what the Jack Daniels video is going to have. 4 different barrel proof store pick Jacks. It ought to be a lot of fun before I get on the flight. You have a great day.